Uh, where is it? Hello, hi, salutations and greetings. My name is Marge. Margie. Margie when I'm in trouble. Sometimes when I do something good. Usually when I'm in trouble. Anyway, I just like to have these little talks on the way I feel about things. I'm kind of excited because today's the 2nd of July, and usually I don't do the 4th of July. I don't like the 4th of July. God's given me occasion to have a different attitude about it this year. When I got my plates a couple months back, my New Mexico plates, I was putting them on and I was huffing and puffing about something, and a woman walked up to me. Nice woman named Ruth. And she's like, "Are you a veteran?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's stupid. Nobody cared. Nobody cares." I was sniveling about something, and she's like, "Well, I care." And we got to talking, and well, me and 22 other people. This woman's a part of an organization called Quilt of Valor. They make quilts for people, veterans that don't have a lot in life, and that they just want to thank and show gratitude and appreciation for. So down at the town square, it's like breakfast with the mayor at 8. Me and 22 other people from all walks of life, backgrounds, where they're presenting us a quilt. And I think it's funny because I lost another 3 subscribers today. It's just like, man, it has taken me over 4 years to get 1,000, right? Because I just say stuff and it hits home to people, or people find offense, but fence is in the eye of the beholder, so if people are getting offended, it's only because people choose to get offended. But I take people off all the time, so I was hoping to get 1,000 subscribers so I could live feed it from my phone, but it don't look like it's gonna work out that way. So I'll record it. Hopefully, someone will show up and they can record it for me, and then because I want to show mom, and then I'll upload it when I get home, because that'll be kind of cool. I just don't like the ideas that they perpetuated, all this damage done to perpetuate these storylines that just aren't true. And I think that's what us veterans have the hardest time with, is that once we go in, we see how it's, oh, that's bullshit, and that's a lie, and that's a bunch of crap, and and then it's just all the absurdity. It's just nonsense. That's why I could only do 6. That's why I could only stand to do 6. But I thought it was funny because I was like, every time somebody gets mad at me or tells me, like I lose a subscriber, or somebody gets mad at me and doesn't want to talk to me anymore, and then something happens where I randomly run into a nice lady and she's like, "This is my first quilt." She just found this organization and this is the first one she did, and she's like, "Honestly, I like this quilt so much I was going to keep it for myself, and then I met you and I thought she needs to have it." Isn't that cool, Mom? So she's like, "Really, honestly, it's really quite amazing." So I'm excited to do a video day after tomorrow and show people my new quilt to go with my Afghan that I got from Jesse Zaboter. So that's cool. That's cool. See, and I gotta carry these occasions with me because my heart's full of gratitude. And then for those lull periods in time, I was went for a drive today with the bunny. We went driving up in the hills a little bit. I think I might have the minivan lifted, have the suspension updated on the minivan. Because there's a puddle, and I was like, dude, my truck could get to that no problem, but this van, I don't know how long it's been there, and we could, and we were kind of out of ways, and I had Luna with me, and I wasn't trying to get stuck. So, I turned around, and we were talking about, kids and how hard they have such a hard time, because it's just like they get all this stimuli. A lot of these people do everything for their kids. They let their kids do everything. They have all these video games, and kids don't know how to be quiet. They don't know how to be idle. Come here. They don't know how to be alone with their own thoughts. Kids need to be bored. Come on, Benny. Why did you get there, dude? Come on. You know, kids need to learn how to be bored so they can learn how to entertain themselves, and they don't get that. So as soon as they hit a lull in life and things get quiet, they're just like, oh my god, this is how it's going to be forever. I can't cope. Blah. Yeah, because that's all we need is more people that freaking can't cope, can't identify their freaking emotions and stuff like that. Right? Because we don't have enough of those people on the planet, right? Yeah, bow tie time. I'm going to wear my camo one. I got my my buddy I went for a ride with, Denise, she let me borrow her iron so I can find a proper shirt and find a right bow tie. I'll get my outfit. Mom always taught me, get your outfit together but the night before. Then, because I got to be there early, so it's cool. And then tomorrow's the farmer's market, and I'll get to meet some folks there. So it's happening slowly but surely. The circle's starting to expand. I got a computer in there I get to work on. Fella hasn't been able to do anything with it since he got it, and I'm like, let me give a go at it, and let's see if I can't get you connect to the interweb. So that's cool. Yeah. Mom's doing good, huh, Mom? Yeah. I came back and the line was short at Sonic, so that means milkshakes. They have mini ones. They have little, so I was like, woo, because Mom, I get her like a medium and then she drinks half of it and the rest goes to waste. But these minis they're just the right size. Hey, Mom? They're just the right size. And you like whip topping on yours. Whip topping? Whip. I could do without that. But I got a strawberry. Mom just likes plain old vanilla. I got strawberry. So we got a busy weekend. A lot of tourists are hitting. The freaking traffic was stupid. When I say stupid, I mean it just like there's one light and then it holds everybody up in four directions. It's small town, man. It's so much different than living in a big city. It's just different as all. What else is going on in the world? Bunch of freaking nonsense. Bunch of storytelling. People trying to present storylines and ideas, how the reality situation of the world is, and people, if they just look on a local level, they'll see everything that people are saying on the news is not true. But we're waiting for the next thing to impede the progress of the human race, to slow it more to a stroll. You know, people are coming into their hearts. I just read a story on Facebook. There's my buddy. He got evacuated outside in Northern California, and it's fire season. Just fires burn everywhere in Northern California, and he went to our high school where we went to high school, and they had Red Cross set up there for the evacuees, which he was. And he showed up there, and he's just like, hey, can me and my lady just use a couple of your chairs and hang out under the shade tree, and stuff like that? And this guy's like, no, you can't. Yeah, it was like it was designated for other people, even though there's 25 chairs that he counted that nobody was in. It's just like everything, nonprofit or not, everything, every group, every business, every organization that exists, everybody has the right to refuse service, and it's all a club. So I guess either people are going to become really self-reliant and self-sufficient, or they're really going to learn how to conform and act this way and act that way and get what they want here and get what they want there. What, Luna? Why are you pissy? She got to go on the ride today, up into the mountains, up and through the campground. She got to go. She's a boss. She's going to come running out here in a second. Oh, flip-flopping. She's so fired up right now. I wonder what that's about. That's cool. Cat's all zonked. Mom's even freaking kicking back already. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. What, Luna? So tomorrow's farmer's market. Sunday's that deal in the town square for the 4th of July, and then maybe meet up with some folks later on for a cookout and some. See, that's the thing. It's like like, I've always been such a social person, but people become so exclusive. And so it's hard for people like me, outsiders like me, to get the invite. So I'm excited for the opportunity to get to meet more people. You know? So, I don't know. It'll be interesting, to say the least. It'll be the biggest crowd I think I've been around. Well, since the farmer's market. Probably the same amount of people. Maybe less people that go to the farmer's market. So, I don't know. It's cool. I'm kind of excited. I'm pretty excited to share with people this rad quilt. And it's so cool because it's just like these are things I've never had before. I've never had, like, Mom made Jerry Afghan one time. They kind of got passed through the family, but it was always Jerry's. It was never mine. It was a huge quilt. It was gigantic too. And then here she comes. Here comes the boss lady. And so that was cool when I got my Afghan, because I never had one. It has a quilt that her friend Opal Fox, first woman to work at the Shasta Dam and the construction of that. It's her quilt that got handed over to Mom. So, but it's not mine. So it's cool that this, and it was another synchronistic thing. I was like, man, I need a zip tie, because I have a phone charger and the plastic casing around where you plug it into your phone. I had a little piece of duct tape holding it together, but that broke apart, so I need something a little sturdier. I was walking through the freaking just walking around the yard today, looking at stuff, and looked down, and there's a zip tie right there. And I was like, right on. Went over, fixed my phone, and I was like, thanks, God, because what ask it, you shall receive. So. The thing of it is I've been asking for this stuff for a real long time. It just hasn't been the right time. And I've even gotten really pissed off at God before, because I'm just like, man, dude, am I supposed to be a complete freaking hermit my whole, my whole entire life, or are we a social being that we're supposed to live around, other social beings? And it was cool today to talk about with like-minded people, because I really do. I want to have like a campground / like RV trailer, where people can come, and if people are passing through, like the Rainbow Gathering is in town here right now, and I know they travel around there in a lot of different places, and it's just really fucking stupid to see all the fucking meathead cops giving these fucking kids such a hard time. Kids, a lot of these people are my age too. In their 50s, older stuff like that. But people are just gathering, being peaceful. They're a bunch of stoners. What are they going to do? You got these freaking assholes driving around their fucking $60,000 trucks that they don't pay for. It's just bought for them by our tax money and by federal funds. And they just get to basically drive around and freaking be bullies and dickheads to these young kids. People of all ages. It's just like freaking shit is shit at the top, and they just have to roll it's because their wives aren't attracted to them anymore. They're all fat and lazy, and their kids don't respect them, and nobody listens to them, so they gotta freaking swing their authority out at their freaking, they're like searching everybody's car and stuff like that. It's just like, who the fuck do you think you're a fucking park ranger, for Christ's sake. You are a park ranger, and evidently word is today that they were treating this like a forest fire is how they're treating with a bunch of hippies, stoner hippies, maybe some shrooms, maybe some acid. There's people there to freaking make sure that nobody gets hurt and stuff like that, and freaking, dude, these bureaucrats have done wayland. I mean, freaking, these politicians like to hunt children and freaking from helicopters and stuff like that. But you're worried about a freaking couple hundred freaking stoners camping? So maybe I'll say something about that and maybe I keep saying I got a few things I gotta talk to the mayor about. We'll see, but people keep saying, no, this mayor is actually good. Oh, really? Maybe he can explain to me a few things, how they are like that. Point me in the right direction. It was funny, before I moved here, I considered writing the email the mayor an email, just letting him know, you know, introducing myself, and because this place, it's a cool place, and it's a really touristy place here. There's a lot of tourists here. People love to come. Evidently, Julia Roberts lives up the road. Freaking Rumsfeld dead, so best you could do there is dance on his grave. If they freaking tell people where it is, they probably won't. But Dennis Hopper lived here. A lot of high vibrational beings have lived here, and there's convention centers all over. I think that'd be cool to have a truth convention. To have like where people, instead of have I guess truth with con in there, it would be kind of an oxymoron, but I don't know. I see people like Keijin and all these panels of different people that just like to share on their experience and their path through the discovery of their awakening. Because a lot of people are going to have a very rude awakening here. I was just listening to the Peace Dealer before I started my talk here, and he was just like, starting tomorrow, man, the energy's only going to mount. And so things are going to get interesting, man. Things are just going to get super, super interesting. Anyway. Hi, Carl. I know, I've been thinking about you so much, Fred. I haven't. And it's and then today I talked to my father figure, Mr. Iski, by accident because I pocket dialed him. And it was weird because my call he was calling to make a doctor's appointment, and my phone call dropped it in between his doctor's appointment, him making his doctor's appointment. See, technology, man, it's a trip. It's a trip. It's a trip. I've seen example after example after example of just how if you're supposed to find out stuff, you're going to find out stuff. And there's also points and times in the year that the veil is extra thin, and people, Ann Ortley was talking about how in her readings she's talked to 6 people that have found lost relatives, because all these people are getting DNA tests, so they're finding out there's lost siblings and stuff, because people are figuring out these made-up military conflicts, what these soldiers are really doing when they go over there. They're not all rad, that's for sure. A lot of good men, though. That's what the lady, when she called today, that's introducing me, she said, "What's your takeaway?" And I was like, the camaraderie is that there was a closeness that I didn't experience before being a part of that group. And that if something happens to you, it affects everybody. Stuff like that, And then once the illusion blew up in my face. But still, I had those nice feelings for a little while. I got to learn a lot of freaking cool stuff. I got to learn, use a lot of rad tools, and just the exposure of all the, of working smarter, not harder, and there's a proper tool for everything, stuff like that. And nobody gets the better tools and freaking budgets than the United States military. But it changed. It stopped going for the equipment a long time ago. Maintenance, stuff like that. It stopped going to that and continued to go into building bigger freaking buildings. And plus officers and freaking even civilians that are high, they make so much fucking money, man. Never feels, the poor military. No, man, they make a lot of money. A lot of them just freaking have terrible money management skills and just piss it all away. Every now and again, I'll show the picture of my basic. I think this is when I got to off it, but it was hold on, there it is. There it is. I was 26 years old. I knew that what it was. I was prepared and ready to play the game. And I could only stand 6 years. So, now I'm 47. But, Because I had to get out because there wasn't enough integrity. The people didn't have enough integrity for me. Yep. So, anyway. This is when Mom used to dress me in drag. Mom's asleep. She just woke up for that. So they used to put me in dresses and barrettes. I hated it. Hated it. Hated it. I was out there climbing trees with my freaking bloomers swaying in the wind. Mom, you gotta come out. Marge is in the tree. Isn't that the interruption you got one time in church, Mom? Yeah. Mom, Margie's in the tree. You gotta come out. Oh, just go get your sister out of the tree. Mom, I can't reach her. Then Mom and a couple other people from the congregation went out, looked up, and they're like, shit. She is really up in that tree. And they were I amaze people all the time by the stuff I would do. They would just look at me. And then later, as I got older, I would do stuff, and then people stopped looking at me. And what they started to do is they started looking through me. And they just would, and then I was like, well, I could really do what I want. Because people don't see me anyway. Right? So, anyway, we've had a pretty good life, huh, Ma? Well, Tucker's over there on his back snoring. You hear him, you just heard him go, like sucking in over there. He's definitely content. But Benny's over here lounging. I just have been tired all day. I wake up and it's like, okay, I just slept last night, but I want to sleep. I'm ready to go to bed and get rest because I just am not feeling like it's in my back. My back is really, a friend of mine got a job at a spa, and I'm going to see if there's a massage person there and see if I can get a massage because freaking man. Like, I'm just like, I was trying to lay on Mom's futon while just hanging out, listening to House. We were just shooting this stuff. We were just talking, like we do. And I was trying to and I was just like, I couldn't get comfortable. It's just stupid. Yep, frogs, pollywogs, all this stuff. When I was like 4, that's the thing is I've always like things where I hit targets. Like if there's a target, it's a fun game to hit it. And the physics of it are cool to me. And plus we grew up so poor, I mean like sometimes our entertainment was throwing cards into a hat, Whatever you gotta do to entertain yourself, right? So but I somehow somebody I knew had a BB gun, and then they would take me out and then to shoot birds. And that's how I learned about loss of life. Now I just like to shoot birds with cameras. I shot one and it killed it, and then I shot a second one and it didn't, and it died like it hurt it, but it didn't died like a bad. It made me feel, I felt so bad. I was like, I can't kill things. Unless I'm going to eat them. And then I did the frogging thing, and I skinned the frog, and, I'm like 4 years old. Skinning frogs, 6 years old, skinning frogs. I got my first knife with its own sharpening stone, because I don't know, I guess I always had these inquisitive abilities, and Mom had people in her life that helped her to support me, or maybe it's the fact that they didn't have a choice. I just kind of wandered off and found out about things. Yeah. So, but it's got us to it's got us to where we are. And I was like, Mom, you want to go down to the town square? On Sunday? And I'll stay home with the dogs. And I was like, all right, Mom. That's cool. That's why I want to record it so I can bring home and show it to her. Yeah. So life is pretty good. And I got a bunch of DVDs from my brother. Handful I have. Handful is stuff like Talladega Night. Stuff I'm not into that stupid freaking idiot humor. I like cheesy, corny stuff, but there's a difference, you know, and so, um, uh, so anyway, what was the point of me telling that movie or that story? So yeah, he sent these, and so I was like, hey, thanks for the DVDs. Thanks for the DVDs, you know, because somebody sends you something, somebody gives you, see, it's just rude you don't say thank you, right? So I get this. He says, you are welcome. I hope you both are doing well. I know that life has been especially hard for you the last few years. But I hope it gets better for you soon. Life is too short to be unhappy all the time. I love you. And I was just like, I just giggle. I just giggle. I giggle because nepotism could have been in my favor. And he didn't want to help me. His whole attitude was, you got yourself into this. Get yourself out of it. Help yourself. All the while. People freaking crack me up. People that have never gone through shit expect people to do freaking hard ass shit when they haven't gone through it themselves. So people that are coming into your hard ass shit, see, that's where I come into play, because other people are going to come into their hard stuff. They are. And I can teach people how to be comfortable on very little. It's easy to do. And look around at all the people that have dude, the resource hogs. I got so fired up today. On Venice Beach, they're freaking they're kicking all the homeless out, and they're throwing all their trash away and stuff like that. And you have these freaking scumbag freaking cops, you know, again in their fucking $50,000-$60,000 vehicles, you know, with all their freaking gear, you know, all this money, this resources into these fucking bullies. And where are these people supposed to live? Where are they supposed to go? Right? You gotta, you know, with your multiple properties, you know, all these freaking these developers and these freaking hogs, these people that freaking take and then jack up the prices. People can't pay to live in these freaking $2,000-$3,000 units that are freaking 800 square feet. In these cookie, you know, who wants to live in a fucking cookie cutter fucking apartment condo bullshit? They're all, you know, and the thing of it is production is going to start slowing down or stopping because lumber prices, we're in fire season. So people start getting the feels, the sensations of what the new earth is really going to be like. I'm pretty good at helping people learn how to be comfortable in very uncomfortable situations. Yeah, because it's always about, I was talking to Mr. Risky today, I was like, it seems like life is like one of those whack-a-mole games, and all it is a series of problems and challenges and hardships, you know, that pop up, and you got to deal with them. You deal with that, you think it's cool first, and then something else pops up, you got to deal with it, and it's just constantly like that. And the intermittence of it, and the interim of all that, people are trying to find some peace, some serenity, some joy in a world where they feel like they're obsolete. Yeah, that's why I try and go out every day and try and make people happy. Been doing a pretty good job of it lately. Go out and add to the world. Yeah, in some kind of capacity. Sometimes I like to share the stuff I do, but oftentimes it's just between me and the recipient, you know. But oftentimes people don't know how to be good to other people, so I like to share some examples of what I do in life if they don't know what to do. You know, because sometimes I don't know how to act in life, and I watch it, and I've learned from watching other people. Sometimes I've watched other people be the bad example and be like, okay, don't act like that, you know. I think we're all pretty much trying to figure it out, and more people are going to run into each other, you know, find their same freak tribe, you know. Part of my thing is I can be pretty particular too. You know, because I don't have a lot of energy, and I got, we got schedules to keep, stuff like that. So I'm pretty careful about who I share my time and stuff with. Yeah, yeah. That's all we're trying to do. That's all I want to know. I want to know people that are trying to be better than they were by changing their behavior. Because I'm really tired of these people that freaking say that they're, trying to, and they're trying to talk their way into stuff. But the actions, man, the actions just aren't even lining up. It's another, I see it a lot. I see these, where like these spiritualists, they're upgrading their shit, and a lot of these readers and stuff, what happens? They just get more and more shit in their background behind them, and maybe they're helping all kinds of homeless and all kinds of disadvantaged behind the scenes. You think so? There ain't nothing at the top that's going to help people, and now where they're kicking off into hurricane season. So the 4th of July? Zach did a decode on it earlier today, because the first hurricane that kicked off hurricane season last year was on the 4th. It's just the same. It's just like we live in these cycles of patterns, and people are just like, working harder, hardly working. It's just silly to me. I think more people are getting it, though. They are. But anyway, I think that's about all I got. I've yammered on long enough. I'm drinking out of Oregon today. So, Godspeed. One of the movies, what was it? Groundhog Day? That was in there. But a lot of these movies I've seen before, so they're there. But what else? I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about.